Hey everybody, welcome to week 13. We're right at the tail end, do you believe that? Looking forward to this week. So the topic this week is workplace and society. So we're going to talk about some very interesting concepts. I think if you look around the world around us and kind of take a snapshot of what a career means these days, it's a lot different than maybe what a career looked like um, 30 years ago, 40 years ago, or even 20 years ago. Um, because of our advances in technology, because of the global environment that we're in, there's all kinds of different opportunities and different ways that a career is viewed these days. So we're going to look into that. We're going to talk about the virtual aspects of careers. We're going to talk about the workplace and the challenge of helping others find work-life balance because we're always so connected. We're going to talk about social issues that are part of the workplace because it's part of life. All of those things interconnect, and I think the more adept you are at looking at those issues and realizing that life is one big circle of connected things, it can help you be a better manager. It can help you be a better job designer. It can help you be a better HR person to think strategically about those things when you're trying to help an organization be effective. A thought that came to mind on a spiritual level in this discussion this week is the multiple scripture verses that we have that remind us to stand in holy places and be not moved. Wherever we go, our principles go with us. And so we need to hold on to those principles. We need to live them in all settings and be able to have those opportunities to stand as a witness of what we know to be true because people notice that. Every day I know my coworkers' eyes are upon me. And it's been very interesting for me because I have a workplace setting where I work with a lot of great people. Our site director happens to be LDS, but our entire management group is not. And so I know that a lot of eyes are on the site director and I, and as I look online, there are some connections I have with some of these people on Facebook and things like that. There's more and more posts about their kids, pictures of them with their families, what they're doing on the weekends, a lot more than what was done before. So having that influence, you never know what you're going to accomplish, but I have noticed that. So wherever we go, our principles go with us. In my current role, I have never met my boss face to face. I've worked for my company just over 2 years. I've had two long-term bosses. One was my boss just right before she retired. So I've had 3 bosses in 2 years. Never met any of them face to face. The one retired, one went to a different company, and my current boss works from her home in Logan, Utah. I work in Pocatello. One of my peers is in Pueblo, Colorado. Another peer is in Ogden, Utah. Another peer in Logan, Utah. So I have an entire team. We are connected virtually. We communicate through email, chat, and telephone, and it works just fine. So, that is just one small example of where we're at and what type of work situations are out there. I work for BYU Idaho from my home, and this is my office behind me. So it's a very unique opportunity. We don't have to be in a brick and mortar location anymore to provide for our families. Certainly I had both. I work for a brick and mortar location in my full-time job in human resources. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about what that means. We're going to talk about the pros and cons of that. So bring your experiences to the table as always. But the things that I mentioned, job design, career pathing, all of that is going to continue to evolve and look different as we go. If you notice, there's a lot more contract work out there than ever before. It used to be that you get a job, you go to school, you get a job, you worked for a company for 35 to 40 years, and you retire with a pension. Now, that's not the case. They say that in general, we should probably prepare to change jobs 5 to 7 times in our lifetimes. So it's a fluid environment, and so we always need to be honing our skills, sharpening our competencies, so that we can be prepared for that next opportunity. So that would be my takeaway for you is, how are you preparing in today's career environment? What are you doing to develop yourself to meet and be ready for that next opportunity? Obviously, you're doing a wonderful thing by seeking an education. Not much better than you can do than seeking an education. So you're doing great. I really appreciate your work. I'm just finishing up grading doohickeys papers tonight. I know we've had some trouble on the Chapter 12 quizzes. I'm trying to work through that as well. And if anything else comes up, let me know. I sent some instructions out on the Google page along with an email with some instructions for the final. The link for the Netflix article is out in lesson 14 in that folder. So you should be able to access that now and start preparing. Again, it's essay questions. It's not a paper, it's essay questions that you get to respond to. Be thorough in your answers. You know, a sentence or two probably won't do it. Give me a good solid answer. Give me a good paragraph to show me that you've thought through it, and complete the circle in your solutions and why you've stated what you've stated, and you'll do a great job. I look forward to this week. We'll have a discussion here in a couple nights, and we'll go from there. Take care.